The NEET exam is going to be the toughest exam of your life, and it is going to completely change you as a person. This video is going to determine whether you are going to be able to achieve the dream of being a doctor. So stop doing what you're doing, take a book and a pencil and take notes. The first thing is, why do you want to become a doctor? If you know why you want to become a doctor, you won't give excuses and you will put in the work. Second thing I want you to write down is the dream college that you want. And the third thing that I want you to write down is 3rd May 2025, and that is the date where you will be giving your NEET. Did you guys know there are 16 lakh people who appear for this exam and only 40,000 get into government medical colleges? This sounds like a Three Idiots ka dialogue when Virus first addressed the entire hostel, but trust me, you need to know this, and I'm also telling you that NEET is an easy exam. This exam is about smart work more than hard work, and this is gonna test your MCQ solving skills more than anything else. I hope you were listening carefully. I said MCQ solving skill. Skill is something that you master with practice. So the first thing and the first lesson for you is practice. To get good at solving MCQs in your exam, you have to practice MCQs before your exam. So the goal is to practice as many MCQs as possible, but the content of the MCQs should be relevant. What do you mean by relevant content? By relevant content, I mean the content that is related to PYQs. Well, this is another term that you need to familiarize yourself to. PYQ is previous year questions. It is a proven fact that NEET exam is based on the past year papers. If you don't trust me, pull out NEET 2022 question paper and उस paper में जो questions आए हैं, they are either repeat previous year questions or they are related to the questions that have already been asked before. And if you are able to solve these two kind of questions, you are sorted and तुम्हारा selection is guaranteed. Selection is guaranteed. इसका मतलब क्या है? इसका मतलब ये है कि you will have enough marks to be selected into a government medical college or your dream college. There was a reason why I asked you to note down the name of your dream college. Now you're gonna search the cutoff of your dream college on Google. So there will be two types of cutoffs in terms of marks and cutoffs in terms of rank. So now you're gonna write these two in your diary, and if the cutoff is 500, you need to be in the top 500 out of those 16-17 lakh people who are going to appear for this year's NEET, and you will have to be among those top 500 people. And that is why I had to be like Virus. The next thing that I want you to write down in that diary is, my only competition is myself. You are not going to compete with anyone else. Again, I can make a detailed video about why, but just trust me on this, bro. Now we are gonna get into the academic part, and there are 3 subjects: physics, chemistry and biology. There are 360 marks in biology. There are 2 years to study that subject. There are 2 books to learn from cover to cover, and you need 1 friend to discuss and who can ask you questions from NCERT. There are 2 types of things that you need to learn in biology. 1 is concepts, 2 is facts. Concepts are to be understood, facts are to be learnt and tested and revised. There are a lot of chapters in the NCERT which are divided into units. There are a lot of chapters in biology and it is very easy to get lost, and that is why we are going to follow a systematic approach. This video is not sponsored by anyone, so any resource, anything that I'm mentioning is because I've used that or I strongly believe in that. First, you're gonna read the chapter from the NCERT, understand the concepts that are to be understood. इतना तो तुमको समझ ही जाएगा क्या concept है, क्या रटना है, and अगर नहीं समझ रहा है तो give it time and eventually you will know. NEET is a game of patience. Be patient. First thing to do is read the NCERT. Second thing to do is solve NCERT fingertips. The third thing to do is to solve 30 years के previous year questions from that chapter. After solving MTG fingertips, you will go on to past year questions, and take past year questions as your question bank. It's okay to get MCQs wrong right now. It's better to solve MCQs and get them wrong right now and learn the concept the hard way instead of getting them wrong in the actual NEET exam. Don't be scared to solve MCQs. Don't be scared to make mistakes. Don't be scared to ask doubts. Don't be scared to repeat, revise, and don't be scared. Just be confident. After solving MTG and the previous year questions, you will go through the explanations. You will also get an idea, and इससे तुमको एक basic idea भी मिल जाएगा कि what concepts are they testing again and again, what concepts are you weak in, what facts are they asking, and how can I memorize them. And to memorize all of this, you can use study aids, and by study aids I mean flashcards, active recall. Active recall you can do with a friend, where you just sit down, take the NCERT and ask each other questions, and that is the best way to study biology. Trust me. I recommend that don't use any pencil, any highlighter during your first read, because when you come back to your NCERT after doing PYQs and the question bank, you will have a good amount of idea about the concepts that you're weak in, and you can underline, highlight that. Whatever's extra, you can add it in your NCERT, but don't refer to any extra sources. Anything extra that comes in your NCERT is from the questions that you solve, and please make sure you solve relevant content. Relevant content is the content that they can ask in NEET, and that has a high probability of being asked in NEET. If you want to master biology, master active recall and spaced repetition, and you will be on top. Now let's talk about physics. Physics is the subject that I struggled with the most in the beginning and I loved the most in the end. The amount of time that you give for physics in the beginning is gonna reap off in the end. बायो तुम लास्ट 30 डेज में पढ़ के रिवाइज करके कर सकते हो. अगर तुमने स्टार्टिंग में बायो पढ़ा है फिर भी तुमको एंड में रिवाइज करना ही पड़ेगा, बट फिजिक्स इज समथिंग जो तुम्हारा हाथ पकड़ के तुमको आगे लेके जाएगा. ऑफन टाइम्स हम जब बायो लेते हैं इन 11th and 12th, हमारा एक कॉन्सेप्शन होता है कि हमारा फिजिक्स वीक है, हमारा मैथ्स वीक है, बट फिजिक्स एंड मैथ्स के बिना नहीं चलने वाला. लिटरली MBBS एंड योर ह्यूमन एनाटमी एंड फिजियोलॉजी कॉन्सेप्ट्स आर बेस्ड ऑन द प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ फिजिक्स. So in order to become a good doctor, you really need physics. And I truly believe that. A lot of people might not agree with me, but I genuinely believe this. And please develop interest in that subject and just fall in love with the subject, because physics as a subject is beautiful. I have uploaded a short about the books that I used for physics, and I am going to release a detailed subject-wise study guide. So please subscribe to my channel and put the bell icon, because it's really not possible to cover the depth of each and every subject in just one video. And the last subject is chemistry. Chemistry में the resources that you can use are NCERT for inorganic chemistry. I feel like you should read the NCERT for each and every subject. Chemistry is the most beautiful subject in your NEET prep. There are 3 parts of chemistry. There is physical chemistry, there is organic chemistry, and there is inorganic chemistry. Physical chemistry you have to study like physics. Inorganic chemistry has to be studied like bio, and organic chemistry is an entire world in its own. Make a separate notebook for organic chemistry where you write down all the reactions. It is important to understand the mechanism behind all these reactions and also why certain phenomenon are happening, and it is really important to ask the question why in organic chemistry. Once you get your way around complex molecules and once you understand reactions properly, you will conquer chemistry. This is the academic aspect of things, but also now it comes to MCQs. Now I'm going to tell you about MCQs. MCQs are integral. Solve them every day and find out easier ways to solve your MCQs. Find out tricks where you can eliminate options and come to just 2 options so that you maximize your chance of getting your answers correct. Academics के बारे में मैंने enough बोल दिया, but तुम्हारा problem solving and MCQ solving skills उतना ही ऊपर चाहिए जितना तुम्हारा academic knowledge, and फिर ही इन दोनों के competition से you will be able to crack this exam. So for this I recommend you to solve as many MCQs as possible and just not focus on volume. Also to analyze each and every MCQ. Why did I get this right? Why did I get this wrong? Can I solve this faster? Because time is money and time is an integral factor. How many hours to study if you want to crack NEET? Well, I would say do whatever it takes. 2 साल है, जान डाल दो. बाद में ऐश ही ऐश है. ऐश नहीं है वैसे, but life gets easier. Trust me. Just fall in love with the process. Trust the process. You will be in the zone. Just get in the zone and you will love solving MCQs. You will actually fall in love with studying because there'll be so many new things that you'll be learning every day. ये MCQ solve करने का नया trick मिला. Find joy in studies. Find joy in small things, such as if you find a weird, funny mnemonic, you will find happiness, and just fall in love with the process, guys. Studies will become play. I would suggest another tip for you guys is to not take your Sundays off. Instead, you can just keep studying as much as possible, and एक point of time पे you will hit a wall, you will feel burned out. Take some time off and then resume again. You don't need to follow a weekly schedule or anything like that, because Sundays are usually a lot more productive because लोगों का क्लास नहीं होता है, लोगों के colleges नहीं होते हैं, and people just get more time in general. So you can utilize that for your studies. The next common question that arises in everyone else's mind is what class to choose. आजकल इतने सारे platforms हैं. Should I study online? Should I study offline? Should I join a junior college? Should I join a dummy college? And all of these answers really lie within you. What kind of a person are you? Do you enjoy offline class? Do you enjoy online class? Would you study better if you had a routine where you went to school, or if you had a routine where you could just give your entire time towards पढ़ाई? And कुछ लोग के साथ होता है कि जब उनको पूरा free time मिलता है, they end up studying less. So what kind of a person are you? But in general, मैंने जो trend देखा है कि people who pick dummy colleges crack NEET in an effortless way. But again, ये blanket statement नहीं है, because people who go to schools have also done it and also do really well in their exams. Again, अपने channel पे online versus offline classes पे पूरा एक video है, and I've also asked other MBBS students on their opinions. So please, I've put all the links in the description. Go and watch the entire NEET students का playlist. One last thing that I would advise you is that NEET is a mental game. Please stay strong. Please be positive. And please be optimistic. The one who's optimistic will be able to crack the exam. And I am there with you and I support you. Wish you all the best. And to know more about the exam and to know more about the journey of a NEET aspirant, please watch my podcast where I've spoken to AIR1 Nalin Khandelwal on his NEET journey and his NEET story. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.